Hello, I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And welcome to Musicals with Cheese. This is a bonus episode, guys, and we're doing something a little wacky here.
Yes, we are.
Alright, so basically, a little while ago, New York Times published the 36 questions for you to know whether or not you found your soulmate, or just basically how to fall in love with someone. And I've done this with a lot of people to build relationships, but I have not done it with Andrew DeWolf, a man I have known for 10 years and currently have a podcast with.
Very true.
So we're gonna do this. Andrew, do you have your thing loaded?
I do.
All right. So I think it'll give us a little thing. So click here to start. You ready?
Yep.
Quick instructions. Read one question aloud to your partner. Then both of you answer. Swap roles for the next question. Answering all 36 questions should take around 1 hour, but time is not important. But we're going to try to do this faster than that. Because, yeah, we're not going to waste each other's time. All right, guys, let's get going. And you can play along at home if you want.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1. Andrew, I'm going to let you go first.
If you could invite anyone in the world to dinner, who would it be? Lawrence Fishburne. I want to talk to him about being in plays and being in Pee-wee's Playhouse. What about you? Kurt Russell.
Really?
Yeah, I just think he'd be fun to have dinner with.
Cool. All right, let's go to number 2. Would you like to be famous? In what way?
The fame is not as important as the riches. But if I were to be famous, something music related.
Not musical theater podcast related?
I mean, even if it is that.
Well, I think we're already pretty famous. I mean, I'm sure if someone saw us on the street in New York, at least 2 people would recognize us, maybe.
I'm more famous than the average Joe. I will say that.
Yeah, we're more famous than just, like, the guy who's on your Walmart block.
So are you saying this question is irrelevant for us because we're already famous?
We have already peaked, is what I'm saying.
Excellent. Number 3.
Next question.
Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you were going to say? Why?
Oh, yes, definitely. Almost every time.
I do if it's for something that I know I need to make sure I hit certain points with the person I'm calling, some more business-related stuff, that kind of thing.
I just get phone nerves, so I just like, what am I going to say? And then I write it down because I'm a fucking beta cuck.
If I'm calling, like, a friend, I'd never do this, but yeah.
I don't have friends. The only friend I call is Andrew.
Number 4.
All right. What would constitute a perfect day for you, Andrew?
There is no such thing as perfection, so I don't really know. It kind of depends on what my mood is and what I want to do. A perfect day would be me doing everything I want to do and nothing that I don't want to do.
Mine would just be hanging with my girlfriend, watching some weird shit and getting some writing done. That's a perfect day for me.
Wow, very good. Number 5.
What did you last sing to yourself? To someone else?
I thought I was supposed to read that one.
Oh, sorry. You can read it.
When did you last sing to yourself to someone else?
I last sang to myself probably this morning when I was, like, bumping around to the Animal Crossing music.
I think I sang to myself, like, 10 minutes ago.
And to someone else, I was singing some Black Friday to Andrew earlier.
Yeah,
so.
And I believe we definitely sing... I mean, I sing all the freaking time, so this is kind of an irrelevant question.
We sang the Musicals with Cheese theme.
Yeah. Okay, what's number 6?
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Definitely the mind. I would not want to be Joe Biden.
I'd want the body. I want to be sexy forever.
Jess, your 30-year-old body's not going to be sexy. I'm like...
You're right. Stand by my answer.
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
I don't know. Probably cardiac arrest or COVID.
What's the most common form of death? It's like heart attack?
Heart disease.
Yeah, heart disease, most likely. All right, number 8.
Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common. We both have a podcast called Musicals with Cheese.
Yep.
We both were abused by the same guy when we were younger.
I mean, abused is a very light form of that, but yes.
And we both probably are overweight for the BMI.
Definitely. We also have similar hair color and facial hair.
Yeah. We didn't always, though.
Did not always.
Do you agree with all 3, or do you have a different 3?
I'm going to agree with all 3. I got nothing else.
All right, keep moving.
For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
I'm very grateful for the fact that I wasn't born in destitution.
Honestly, I was going to say the same thing. It's very nice not being completely broke and having a social support system. and I feel I
both
feel bad.
emotionally and financially.
Yeah, I feel bad for those who do not.
Yeah, in both emotional and financial ways. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
I would probably have my mom allow me to watch TV that wasn't PBS Kids earlier in life.
Really?
And allow her to buy me a video game system before I was 15.
My God. Okay.
But nothing wrong. I wouldn't change much, honestly. It's fine. I mean, we went to Disney like every year. I can't really complain.
Fucking money bags.
I know.
Mine would be just that my parents had me earlier so I could have more time with them. They had me on the older side, so.
Fair. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life. Okay, can we skip this one?
Nope. Not as much detail as possible, but we'll get there.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Go for it.
I was born in December. I lived a lot of life as a kid.
Yawn.
I love Toy Story as a kid. I was in High School Musical as a kid, and I was slightly bullied, but not any way that would be really right home about. I figured myself out, was a bit of an asshole during my teenage years throughout high school. Met my girlfriend my senior year of high school. We've been dating ever since, and then I started this podcast with some dude I met when I was in high school.
Which you totally skipped that part of the story, which is like the most relevant for this podcast, but okay.
Okay. On the internet, me and this guy are put on a website, and he bonded with me a bunch over a dark sense of humor, and for some reason I'm still friends with him 10 years on.
Exactly. I was born in Massachusetts, and then we moved to Vermont, and then we moved to Rhode Island, then we moved to Vermont, then we moved somewhere else in Vermont, then we moved back to Massachusetts, and then I moved to New York, and now I'm on a podcast.
You forgot, you just ignored all the parts where you met me.
Yeah, I did the same thing you did, jerk.
Go back and introduce me, I did it.
Okay, I was invited onto a site, where we glorified the nostalgia critic, and now we all regret it.
Everyone involved regrets it.
Okay, your go.
All right, what's next? If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
I would want to be more charismatic than I already am.
I think you're at the top. I think you've already 10 out of 10'd it.
All right, you?
I would have had a little bit more physical fitness because I've always had body issues. Even when I was younger, I suffered from bulimia. So I would like not to be what I am. You know, is that a trait or a body thing?
I mean, I would assume so.
Okay, that's fine. What's next?
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, and the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Do I have any friends, or are they just a bunch of collaborators? That's one of my worst fears.
I would, I don't really think there's anything I would care. I wouldn't want to know anything. I don't think knowing the future is a good thing. Probably a bad thing.
Is there a god?
I don't want to know that. Okay, your go.
Is there something you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it?
There's plenty of things, and the simple answer is laziness.
I've always wanted to make a feature film, and just because the money isn't there, but now the money's appearing to be there, so I think I might do it if the COVID doesn't kill everyone.
You're making a feature film right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, hopefully next year. So it's coming. What is the
greatest accomplishment of your life?
I mean, probably so far it is as a career creatively, doing this podcast has been like one of the most creatively successful things I've ever done, and like I'm really proud of it. And emotionally is just the fact that I have my family and my girlfriend. I'm really happy I haven't fucked any of that up yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would agree with that. I mean, I wish I had more to do with this podcast rather than just being the talent, but you know, I think I've done a decent job even at that. So, but
beautiful. My
band is also another one, although we haven't released our album yet, so I'll let you guys know when that happens, I guess.
Thanks, COVID.
Did you? This is you. This is
me. What do you value most in a friendship?
Aww. The ability to be frank and honest, and usually the ability to use my own sense of humor without having to cater to them.
Mine is kind of that, but in a very specific way. Like, mine is a little bit more general, which is I just want to be able to be me and not be afraid of hiding the way I am and how I behave around them. if that makes sense. I was
Yeah.
with this creative group for a year or so, and I was just afraid to be the weirdo I am and feel like I had to fit into their box, and I hated every second of it. I bitched you about it all the time back then.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No. Either way, moving on.
What is your most treasured memory?
Oh. The first trip me and Miranda took, that was a really nice memory. I like that.
I mean, that's just a really tough question. I mean,
It is.
I don't think I have an answer for that.
The first time we sat down and recorded an episode of Musicals with Cheese.
I don't even think I can remember that. I don't
we
have
were
a
watching
good
the
memory.
Tonys.
I remember the Tonys thing. Although I think I remember the second Tonys better because that was when you got trashed.
The worst part is I don't remember that Tonys very well.
I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Let's see if I get that drunk this year, guys.
If you
Probably not.
wait, did I skip the question? Oh, okay. This is your go.
What is your most terrible memory?
I mean, I'll be honest. Not that much bad stuff has happened to me.
God, you're
Probably-
fucking lame.
Probably when I broke my arm. Although honestly, I think I passed out immediately when that happened, so I don't remember it that well.
How'd you break your arm?
A table fell on it.
God, what kind of table would break your fucking arm?
It was a lunch table that folded up into the wall, and we were
fuck.
playing kickball in the cafeteria because that was also the gymnasium. And I was in like second grade. Somebody kicked it into the wall, and it hit the table, and the table fell down and literally landed on my arm and broke my arm. If it landed on my head, I'd probably be dead right now. So
I'm glad you're not dead.
That's not a good memory, I guess.
Okay, I have a two-way tie.
Sure.
Number one is the morning after that Tony's recording,
Yikes, that bad.
where I threw up at work.
That was your first day on the job, right?
It was like my fourth day at the job.
Literally first week, and he throws up at work. This guy.
I remember the guy taking a shit in the stall next to me, just hears it, and he's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm fine."
I was watching the Tonys.
You guys don't understand. And the second one, and this is one of those things that'll mortify me until the day I die. So I was with my family at one of those quiet jewelry stores. It was just like a parents' day out, and I just have to sneeze, and it's one of those silent jewelry stores.
Oh man, did you
don't-
sneeze and come at the same time?
I sneezed and farted at the same time, and it was like super loud. I was like, ah! And everyone knew where it came from.
Dude, you're lucky you didn't shit your pants.
I can tell you I wasn't feeling lucky that day about much of anything.
Oh man. Okay.
Have you ever had like a moment like that that's just so horrendously embarrassing?
Honestly, not really. I've had some embarrassing stuff, but honestly, I think looking back on them, it's more just I was overly embarrassed and it really shouldn't have been. But yeah. Okay. Number 19. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are now living?
No, probably not. What the fuck could I do?
I mean, you might rush your projects more if I were to guess.
Oh, yeah, shit. Because that's my one fear about death, isn't having something that I didn't finish. Like, if one thing I learned about Rent is I don't want to leave an unfinished project. I don't want to die and not see the fruits of my goddamn labor.
Yeah. Yeah, I might work more creatively, but honestly, I mean, probably not. I don't think I'd change much.
I'd quit my job. Like, I'd quit my full-time job. I wouldn't quit doing this because this is fun, but...
Okay, here we go.
All right. What does friendship mean to you?
Didn't we already do this one?
No, that was, what do you value in friends? But what does friendship mean to you?
It's when there is someone that I hang out with a lot and can talk to without feeling like they're a stranger, I guess.
Yeah. Loyalty is basically it. Like, be straight with me. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
All right, number
All right,
21. Oh my goodness, I can't. Okay, there we go. What roles do love and affection play in your life?
I love everyone, and sometimes people say I get into relationships, not as in romantic relationships, like friendships and all that, a little too deeply. I tend to overshare and over-involve myself in their lives, which can be something that's uncomfortable for certain people. And so it's a fine line to walk, is what it plays in my life.
Love is
Battlefield.
yeah, I don't know. You know, I guess I love my friends and family and my girlfriend, and I mean that's about it. I love music. Honestly, I think passion is a bigger driving force for me than love. I don't know.
All right. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic about your partner. Share a total of 5 items. All right.
Okay.
Rapid play. You go first.
Okay. You're hardworking.
Your goatee.
Okay, we're doing physical features as well.
You can put them in, but that was just my joke answer that I was
Okay.
going to start off with before I go actually into it.
Okay. Let's see. You're generally you seem pretty optimistic about a lot of things, which normally I think I would quit when you're not going to. So
I try to be. I like the fact that you're game for pretty much anything. Like, and if you're not game, you're not going to tell me at the fucking last second.
yeah.
You're pretty straight with me, and I always have appreciated that.
I like that you're honest.
I think you're very musically inclined and very talented, and I really do enjoy creatively working with you and bouncing ideas off of you, and I know how rare that is.
I wish we could work more often, to be honest, but
Yes, I do too.
I think you are talented in your film work and pretty much anything you try to do well, because you do a lot of stuff.
And I think the same thing for you. Anything you've ever tried to do, I think you can do well too.
Fast learner, we'll say that, I guess.
Yeah, you are very adaptive.
Okay, I think that's
That's
enough.
5 each.
We'll
and
say
if
that's
it
5
isn't, who
each.
gives a shit?
And if it isn't your beard.
Yeah, your beard. And your hair. There we go.
Oh, my hair is beautiful. I know that.
And the fact that you've been pretty consistent over the time I've known you. Like, you've not had, like, this drastic change that's made you either an asshole or anything like that.
I just like to go with the flow, man.
Is it my turn to read or yours?
I think it's my turn.
Okay.
How close and warm is your family? What the fuck? How close and warm? I don't know how warm they are, but my family, I'm hoping they're warm unless they're dead. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's?
Yeah, I think my family is warm and a very big presence in my life, and I feel like they gave me a good childhood.
Absolutely. I went to Disney every year, and money's not everything, but money's a lot.
I mean, my parents spoiled me, but not always financially, which is not a problem.
I think I got the same, although also financially.
Ooh, this one's a big one for Terry Needleman. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
It's fine. I mean, it's tough when they're a couple states away, but I visit all the time, and I try to text often, but sometimes it's tough. But you know.
My mother is the funniest person I've ever met, and she doesn't always intend it, which makes it even funnier.
See, that's mean. Now you're being mean to your mom.
I love my mom more than I love like anyone else in the world. She's one of my favorite people, but she's also a very heavy smoker, and I can do a great impression of her that I use way too much.
Do it right now.
Oh my god, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Dr. Girlfriend.
She is wonderful and a great woman. She is one of the strongest people I've ever met.
Make 3 true we statements each. Wait, what does it say? Hang on. This website keeps glitching out on me. For instance, no, wait, hang on. What is happening? It's like keeping words from the previous...
Yeah, you're gonna have to refresh it. I'll answer it, though.
Oh, here we go, I got it. Make 3 we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling...
We're both in this room feeling...
We're not in the same room, Jess. Don't do that.
I know, but individually, when we are in these 2 rooms that we are in from very far away, we are both feeling cabin fever from the coronavirus. We are both feeling stressed at the fact that we can't do things. We are both feeling a little lonely and isolated, and we're both being frustrated at the fact that we can't be out doing the things we want to do, both in general life as well as both in just kind of like day-to-day shit. We feel stifled.
I have to agree with all of those, and I'm not sure I have anything else to say.
Cool.
Although I am feeling that I want to collaborate on stuff with you because I want to write this fucking Wright Brothers thing. And
yeah,
I'm
that is actually a thing we're trying to do.
And I'm actually pissed off that we can never do it.
I am too. Like, feels like now would be the time, but once again, I'm more busy now than I ever have been. All right, complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share...
Well, I'll be honest, I got all this chocolate milk, and I wish someone would drink it with me. My girlfriend's lactose intolerant, and she can't have any.
That's really sad. I'm lactose intolerant too, so I couldn't share that with you. I wish I had someone I could share my creative endeavors with. And yeah, that's it.
What's that?
I wish I could had someone with I could share my creative endeavors with.
I'm pretty sure you have a lot of people that will do that.
Not always. They're not friends. They're just people I collaborate with. Your turn.
Oh,
Is it your turn or my turn?
It's my turn, I think.
Cool.
If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know.
I'm a squirter.
Aren't we all?
Yes. What about you?
Is that actually what you're going to say?
No, of course not. I don't know. I'm going to pry around in your life in a way that might make you uncomfortable. I'll chat with your dad when he walks in the background of recordings and all that.
All right. Mine is that, is he here right now?
No.
Mine is that, I don't know. I can,
We've known each other 10 years.
I can sometimes be too lazy and you have to motivate me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine. All right. Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things you might not say to someone you've just met.
I think I already did that.
Yeah. I'm skipping it.
We're skipping this one. I wasn't saying it as if I just met you. I wasn't like...
I know. Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. We just did that.
We already did that. We're not talking about you farting in a fucking jewelry store again.
When was the last time you cried in front of another person by yourself?
God, that must have been like 3 years ago. Maybe even longer.
Do you remember why it was about? Was it alone or by yourself? Or
it was by myself.
Someone else?
I don't remember the last time I cried with another person.
I mean, it's not like inviting the other person to cry with you. It's just another person had to have seen you cry.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened in a long time.
Mm-hmm. What'd you cry about when you were last alone? Or if you don't want to share that, you can feel free not to, too.
It was a girl, as it usually is.
Oh.
Not a great story, but you know how it goes. I'm sure you can guess just by what I've already disclosed there what happened.
Yeah. Last time I cried by myself, was when my grandmother, not when she died, but when she got a infection that made her brain act all funky, and so she was acting like basically she didn't know anyone, and that was just kind of really tough to see.
Understandable.
Yeah, that was the last time I cried by myself, and also the last time I cried in general, which was, I think, in September of 2013.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I have some tear duct issues because, like, I've tried to induce it, and I feel emotionally castrated in a way, and it kind of sucks.
Okay, tell your partner something that you like about them already.
I like that you're great, and you're Andrew DeWolf.
We've already done, like, 5 of these, like, for fuck's sake.
Next one's important. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
I mean, this is an unpopular opinion right now, but I do genuinely believe anything can be joked about if you know your audience and if the joke is well thought out and not directed at the victim of something.
Mine is just like punch up, don't punch down. If don't punch,
see, I don't even agree with that because you can punch down. I mean, there are jokes that are funny that punch down. I mean,
I'd just say as a general rule of thumb for me living my day-to-day life.
As a rule of thumb, maybe, but I mean, there are jokes about, like, you know, people at a water park that are rude or something, which is not generally punching up. Like, those people probably, you know, are in a dire straits, but sometimes they do funny things and you can make fun of them. It's okay.
Just don't be a dick is kind of where I sit. Like, there's a difference between
that's kind of my thought. I mean, some people get really serious and they're like, man, you joked at all about this and that's wrong. But I think context does matter. Which, I mean, you don't have to agree with me. And you don't have to listen to any jokes you don't like. I think my rule is if you hear a joke that you don't like, the correct reaction is to not laugh and walk away. Not to lose your mind and start attacking people. But
yeah. Or even just be like, hey, not cool, dude. And like, yeah. Oh, all right. Even that is fine. It's then up to us to not be a huge raging asshole like, oh, those kids take a joke.
Yeah, and if they do that, then you walk away.
Then you kind of be an asshole. Yeah. Either way, is it my turn now?
Yeah.
If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet?
I don't keep secrets, really. I don't think there's anything I would regret not having done certain things, but I don't think there's anything I would regret not telling somebody.
I would regret not telling all the people thank you that have done good things in my life, either because they're dead or because we're not really on the best speaking terms. Just because I'm not on the greatest terms with people doesn't mean I don't appreciate the impact that they've had on my life positive.
I guess.
That's kind of where I sit on it. I don't want to go into specifics, but that's kind of where I feel.
Your house containing everything you own catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be? Why?
What? My 2-in-1 hard drive with my short film on it and with my laptop.
That's 2 items. You have to pick one.
Oh, I'd pick the hard drive. I could buy a new laptop.
Okay, I would pick my computer because, again, everything's on there. And yeah, this thing is like $2,000+. I just don't want to spend that much money again.
My laptop's insured. My film footage is not.
Yeah, my computer is not insured. The other thing I might say would be my base, but my base is about $1,000 cheaper than my computer, so better financial decision to save the computer.
All right, Andrew. Your read. Or my read.
I don't
of all
know.
the people in your family, whose death would you find the most disturbing? Why?
I mean, probably my father and my mother, but I mean, most disturbing, maybe my sister, because, I mean, she's younger than me. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel the same way about my brother. Like, I've had I've kind of come to the acceptance of, like, yeah, one day my parents will die, but I don't really want to see my brother dead.
Yeah, because, like, you know, your parents are older than you, and, like, you kind of expect people that are older than you to die before you do. But when it's somebody who's, like, the same age or younger than you, it's a little different.
Andrew, we're there. We've made it to question 36.
Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back on how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm having trouble financially trying to move out of my parents' house.
Yeah, I get that. It's a rough situation. I don't want you to get a part-time job, but have you heard of, like, these online surveys and stuff that they pay you to take?
How much money could you get doing that?
A couple $100 a day.
That's pretty good. If you could link me over to that, I might try it.
Yeah, I can find you those as well. There's also a Patreon that you're getting funds from as well.
Well, of course. I mean, I understand that.
But yeah, I completely understand that. And my personal problem that I have really is I'm always concerned that I'm not doing enough. And I hear a lot of people telling me that I do too much, and that does not help me a lot. And how do I stop myself from, like, how do I make myself feel like I'm enough or that I'm doing enough? Like, how do you feel secure that you're doing enough to forward your own ability?
What I do is I like to really get passionate about one particular thing, which helps me feel like as long as I'm doing this one thing, which is my main goal, I'm doing enough. You know, like I try not to set too many goals at the same time, because then you feel like you're trying to fill all these goals, but you're not actually achieving any of them because you're doing them all at the same time. So then you feel like you're not accomplishing anything. Whereas if you really set yourself at one goal, when you actually achieve that, you'll feel like you've done something.
I mean, yeah. All right, guys, I hope this was fun for you, and maybe you guys learned a little thing about us, and maybe we learned a little thing about you. Probably not, we can't hear you, but if you answered questions, let us know what your reactions were, and whether or not we told you TMI. All right, guys.
Wait, you forgot the last part. In order to solidify your love, you have to look into your partner's eyes for 4 minutes in silence. It's hard and you'll squirm, but you'll learn an incredible amount. Good luck.
How about we just add 4 minutes of silence at the end of this podcast?
No, we gotta pretend that we're gonna do it. All right, Jess.
Okay, guys, you ready? We're gonna do it.
We're gonna hold hands over the internet and stare into your eyes in
It's bad.
silence.
COVID, guys. COVID. You can't be doing it.
Okay, we're gonna hold each other's hands imaginarily and stare into each other's eyes for 4 minutes. Are you ready?
Wow, that was great, wasn't it?
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. We love you so much. Thank you for having fun with us.